up? Welcome back. Thank you for being part of this journey as we are aboard Spaceship Piper Doug. So the tractor is out of the workshop. The water pump was reinstalled. I haven't run it through a heat up cycle just yet. It's hooked to the baler. So I have a little bit of roadsides, about a mile by the house. So I want to bale that off tonight when it's cooled off a little bit of dew. Because that grass is like really ready, but the stuff that was cut in the fields is almost ready. Like that's ready, but here on the edge where there's a little double rib, the stuff underneath where it's heaviest is still got a little bit of green in it. Now I probably would be safe to bale that up because that will be on the outside of the bale, but I don't want to go rushing at it. So tomorrow, which will be one of the next clips, you'll get to see that of the baler, hopefully rolling up some bales. So yeah, here's where I show you Piper Doug once he's in his happy place. As my duckies. Yep, you know I love my rubber boots. Yep, old worn out rubber boots, just cut them down into slippers, and that's what I wear when I'm in the machine. Because as you can see, the floor is not exactly clean. So yeah, I wear my duckies because I have to get in and out every so often just to go and clean some of the crud off of the casters or whatever. But yeah, so oh yeah, you might know those. Bagpiper, the rugby team, the Barbarians used to play for, William Wallace, and clan gun. It's my family clan. Other stuff. So yeah, people might not realize I've got heritage tattoos. Most of my tattoos are all heritage. I don't get pop culture tattoos. So yeah. Anyway, I'll bring you back when we get across there. We are past halfway done this big field. So I want to just get this done because it is approaching, on average it is 3/4 flowered. So yeah, it needs to be down now because anything after this we start to lose quality, I think is what they say. So, but where it's heaviest, you can see it's actually less flowered. So let's go. Okay, I'm going to take a quick minute here because a lot of people don't realize when you're driving one of these, especially if you don't have auto steer, you don't have a free hand ever. You're steering and you're on the joystick the whole time, moving it back and forward and toggling up and down. Now what I was going to show you is, so that green row there is the halfway of the field mark. So there's another one over there, so we're past halfway, like we're well past halfway because the headlamps are off too. So as you can see, we're on a bit of a hilltop here. I know it's not a hill per se as British or European people would say, or out the coast, but so it's a little bit of a hill. So when we moved here in '95, these hilltops wouldn't grow a thing, nothing. They were just dust. The farm had been cultivated in dust badly, and so yeah, there was crop down in the flats, like you see, you can like bright lush. Up here, that's still quite a good. It's higher than the nose of the disc vine. You can see a lot of good swaths there. Yeah, there was nothing here. So one of the things that my dad and me and my brother decided on the first winter we were here was we were moving the whole farm to zero till to save these fields. Like that far away field there in the distance, that was the same thing. Nothing would grow there. So yeah, we did zero till, and I know a lot of people don't think it's a bad word, but zero till, you have to use chemicals. It's the only way you're going to control the weeds, and there was a lot of weeds. Between thistles and wild oats and dandelions, we had a lot of weeds to control. So yeah, almost 3 decades later, crops on top of the hills, and weeds are for the most part under control. Yes, now it's in hay, but that's the benefit that we've done all these years. So yeah, get rocking and rolling, and then I think tomorrow we're going to start seeing the first of the baling getting done. So we'll start baling up the stuff that's ready, and then come back to cutting later in the day. So I thought I'd stop and show you that. It's looking pretty good. Getting into potholes down there, that's why you see a bit that's left over. Okay. So yeah, we're baling and we're sweating. Why are you sweating, Piper Duck? Well, for some reason my AC is not working. And yes, it's currently out in the open, 40 degrees. Like 105. So yeah, you won't see this white skin out in the open very often. But just kicking the window open a little bit, and the fan is blowing pretty good. Because the actual mean temperature today is 32 or 33 degrees. So it's actually not too bad. There is a breeze. But as soon as I am caught up with this one outside headland, and then these headlands here, I'm either going to take this over to Jody's and have Dennis put his gauge on this, because my gauge says this thing is charged, so something else is going on. It might be something just as simple as the clutch wire or something like that. So if it's something like that, Dennis will figure it out. So I can at least get this done. I'm not gonna melt away like a little chocolate bar, or like a white chocolate bar. But no, we've got half a dozen bales through the baler so far. Just checking on everything. Everything seems to be working within the league, as you can tell by the gauges. Everything's fine. Mint. I don't even know where to start. I barely filmed anything yesterday. Yesterday it was 33 degrees. Humidex it was 41. So like 105 degrees. This is a little miracle right here. 68 is just a gorgeous cow, and she's been super patient with me. Baby just wasn't, I don't know, baby just wasn't quite getting it. So it was born yesterday. I gave it 2 little bottles of milk, just kind of half doses, just to keep it going but keep it hungry. Wasn't sure this morning. Mum looks like it's had signs of drinking on it, but I'm not sure, and I don't like being sure until I see it for sure. So yeah, she was born over there, but like I said, it was hotter than Satan's sandshoe. So walked them nice and kindly over here. Mum's been super nice. Had to do a little bit of bedding in that heat. So what we do here is we have this little system set up where we can caulk the gate and give Mum access to water here. So yeah, we're just kind of watching baby. Baby just doesn't seem to quite get the whole picture here. So, but we'll bring you back because we've had some equipment through. How are y'all again? Well, on the last of the headlands, we're going to deal with that in a minute. So the AC is not working in this tractor. Dennis and dang, I can't remember the name of the guy who was the truck guy. They were out and they tried to figure out, they gave a dummy wire, all that stuff. They think the pump is going out. It keeps blowing fuses, and it doesn't run long enough to be even any use. Like having a bag full of fuses, they get half a bale and it blows a fuse. So I don't know. I don't think we've ever changed the AC pump on this. So that's got to be over 20 years old. So just got to make it past this weekend, and Dennis will get one expedited to us for as soon as possible. So what I was going to show you was, if you look here, Look at all that regrowth already. This has been down almost just about a week. And we've got all this regrowth in here already. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why is there so much of the swath still around? Well, it turns around while I was trying to get the flap on the back of the disc bind header set right. I set it on the wrong notch. It was one notch too open. And that's why you'll see all that garbage everywhere. Like, I'm straddling as much as I can, and wherever there's like some really good heavy swaths, it will pick up pretty much all of it. But every so often you'll just see it leaves like a rat tail. And I don't care enough to go after that with the rake. Tried it last year. And you end up burning more diesel than it's worth. So basically that'll just sit there and dry out, and then we'll pick it up on the second cut. But the other field is already cut at the new setting, so should be good to go. So I'm gonna keep going making bale and try not to sweat all the way. Back at her. Sun can't heat you up if it can't see you. Yeah, I might do something with the doors. So yeah, I won't be able to order the new AC compressor till Monday. And gosh knows how long it'll take it to get in. A few days anyway, at least if we purulate it. But so, fan's working. Sunroof's working. Baler's working. Let's get after it. Well, we're in the big field. So yeah, you saw this last week. I opened this field last week, so it's been down 6 days. And yes, we've had high humidity. We've been lucky. There's been a lot of storms and rain showers have gone past us. We were due some luck, kind of been nice. So yeah. You can see a little bit of edging there, but that's why I leave it nice and wide, because that way, if you remember last year, before I started leaving wide rows, it would never cure down for some reason, sitting in those tighter swaths. So yeah, it's baling up really nice, right on the money. So as you can see, we're just getting to the last of the cutting in the center of the field, so by the time I get through baling this up and cutting in the other field, once I've done that last piece, the stuff over here should be getting to that stage 4 or 5 days. So yeah, hopefully this is all going to sort of just work in sequence. With the weather just cold, for the most part it does look good for the foreseeable future, so we should just keep rocking and rolling. And hopefully I'll have AC at some point this week. So we're pulling off the headlands and the tree rows, and yes, it's still exceptionally warm in here. It says it's 27 degrees outside. It is overcast. Well, when it gets overcast it gets a little bit more bearable. But lovely hay. So this stuff has been down a week, 6 days, 6.5 days. But a lot of people are having a hard time with hay curing down right now. Oh, dragonfly! Squirrel! Dragonfly! Hay curing down right now because it is so blinking humid. That's why I lay it out so wide. Now, if you look over there, you can see the edges are still there. I'm willing to give that up. If you know the trouble I had last year and the year before with it not curing down some of these heavier swaths, well, I will lay it out wide like that, even if I have to leave a couple of pounds to the acre laying on the edge. It doesn't look very nice, but looks don't feed cows, and looks don't make quality. That can be said the same for humans too. Woo, fiber duct's getting deep. Anyway, so you look out there and you look over there in the bales. My rule of thumb: a half mile by a 16-foot cut is almost exactly an acre. so that way when I get into taking off the headlands, not usually the outside row, because everyone knows the outside row is not uniform, but usually by the time you get to the third headland, you can get an idea of where your field's going to be at, give or take a couple of dozen. So right now we are somewhere between 2.5 and 3 bales to the acre, and a lot of people will be like, huh, because last year during the drought we did three bales to the acre. How come are we doing less bales to the acre when we've had so much rain? Well, that's a very good question. There's a few people that are seeing that their hay yield is not where it should be this year. Late frosts, the hail, all of these things. Now heat stress, but for the most part, 2.5 to 3 bales to the acre is where this should be per cut. So, get on it, about to wrap a bale. Well, you make that out, we're shutting down. It was spitting off and on, off and on, off and on. It's too much spitting. Honest to gosh, Mother Nature just can't behave. Well, we got over 100 bales done in this field so far, so it's a start. We made a dent in her, I suppose. Flies are extra bad this year. Some are just worse than others. Now they go that way. Isn't that right, Ghosty? And some of them never figure it out. Till later. Come on, girls. And the AC works. Now it was empty when I was driving it home. They charged it up. I don't know whether it was just empty or what was going on, but so nice. So nice. There you go. The lap of luxury. So they'll be in those 2 paddocks for 2 weeks. And they'll have these 2 paddocks for 2 weeks. Hopefully, at that point, we will have the new fence line up. Tell ya, you can have your beliefs all you want, but I know my mom is looking out for me. This year has been a particularly rough year. You take a look at this. Look at that. And we've had a few showers out of that, but nothing really to soak the ground, just damp the grass. Look at that. Look at that. Look how bent it is all the way to the south. My brother messaged to say that it was pouring in Kent. We had enough just to wet the grass and then it stopped. It's still spitting a little bit, but honest to gosh. Thanks, Mum. How's it going today, everybody? It is Monday. And we are on the 21 highway. And in the last clip you saw we had some showers, but we didn't get a whole lot of rain, so should be able to get back at baling today, or cutting, well, 4 a.m. storm front rolled through, and we did get rained on. We got a 1/4 inch. So, won't be baling or cutting today. So, why are we on the road? Well, going for a little drive. We're going to go and take a look at something. So, just in the distance here is Sioux Valley. So, those who know this area will know what I'm talking about. The area. And, yeah, lots of lovely canola, yellow flowers everywhere. Crops are looking great. Tell you what, if you put in corn this year, you are laughing with the amount of rain and the amount of heat we're getting. Corn is doing great. We don't grow corn anymore, so it's not an issue, but so yeah. Ooh, Marvin Elders over here. Some of you guys that like old iron, you'd love this place. Jake brakes. Just wait till you see this. It's one of the biggest collections of Massey Harris tractors I've ever seen. You must have about 50 of them. No, you can't really see too well, but so we're going in here. You can see that Bison Spirit Ranch, 1.5 miles. Why are we going down here? I'll have to bring you back. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Well, we did her, Harry. We really did it. So we'll show you a little bit more when we get back to the ranch. Yeah, we got a V-rake. We had been looking at buying a new one. At the start of the year. Big shout out to the guys over at Verdnag and Guy Pounder. We ended up pulling the pin on a second-hand one for one particular reason. We're doing a lot of investment in maintenance, so we're putting a lot of money into the disc bind. We bought the disc bind header, the spare one, and we're doing a lot of work into fixing all the leaks on the swather. And we are going to be putting money into the tractors. So between the blue one getting the AC figured out, the orange one getting the hydraulics figured out, the green one has had a bunch of work done to it. Not all was just part of the insurance claim, but we were getting some of its issues figured out too. So we just figured right now we need to get a rake. We need to start flicking these swaths due to the moisture, and we just couldn't swing the $20,000 plus on a new 12-14 wheel hay rake. So we have a Massey 12 wheel rake, which is plenty wide enough for what we need. Big shout out to Trevor Gumph down here at Spirit Bison Ranch. They had upgraded to a brand new New Holland. So we know the Gumps and we trust them, and any issues we know they're well, we know they won't be. So yep, we are gonna cut across up the gravel roads that way, because I gotta drive slow, because these things don't have lockable casters, so they like to wobble a little bit. But there's no cracks, no welds, no bends. Few teeth that need to be replaced, and he had a stack of brand new teeth in his shop, which he gave over. So yeah, good to go. We'll bring you back. So there she is, first ever V-rake on Caldwell Cattle Farm, the Shire. Yeah, so good enough to give me a handful of teeth, because as we can tell, there's a bunch needing replaced, and some of the wheels they're just starting to go. So at some point we're gonna have to go and get like a whole big box of teeth and just get at them, but we got enough to get going. yeah, like I said, I don't know a lot about these machines, but from what I can see, it doesn't have any excessive wear or damage. So I'm gonna hook it up to the little green guy and get going. The only thing it's missing is the transport rods. There's none. So we will adapt something.